Hi, my love. This is going to be your tarot reading. It's going to be a big reading because you were the one that sent me the amazing decks as a gift. So those of you guys who are watching, this amazing person sent me, oh my gosh, I can't open this deck box. My Vampire Tarot. This person sent me a copy of the Rider-Waite Tarot pre-copyright, and they also sent me the Hoi Poi Tarot. And I'm just so, it was such a sweet gesture that I told them I was going to do a reading for them. So that's what I'm going to do. But of course I have to clear off my table. I have so many Halloween decks out right now because I'm finishing up on a lot of my Halloween orders, and so I need to just clean up the mess because as much as I love my Halloween-y and dark themed decks, I need a break from them because that's all I've been reading with for the last 2 months, and I really miss my other decks. So I'm going to be reading for you with something completely different. Sorry if the lighting is crap right now. I have the window blinds closed because the sun is starting to set, and my wall, my window faces the opposite of where the sun sets, so it's just naturally dark in here at this time of the day. But I'm going to go ahead and get ready for your reading. So there's no specific question that you asked for the reading. We're going to do a general, and then we're also going to pull for the end of the year kind of thing, and just kind of like a check-in reading. I'm going to treat it as a check-in reading and like messages that you need to hear, as well as, you know, upcoming stuff and the energies of the new year. I love the way sage smells. It's like one of my favorite scents. Okay, so I have some crystals out on the table. I have been loving my amethyst. This is a large amethyst palm stone that I purchased up in Sacramento when I was up there for my husband. And then I have some aquamarine here for cleansing, not cleansing, for calming the energies. I have rose quartz for love, some black tourmaline for protection. I always have a labradorite for psychic and intuition. And then I have another amethyst because I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with amethyst. Okay, so I'm going to have the candle lit. It's just kind of there to symbolize spirit is in. I'm so excited to work with decks that are not Halloween vibe. Like, I love Halloween. I love my dark theme decks, but I am so ready to dive in. And then also I pulled my animal spirit book because I did a cool thing for my husband earlier today where I had him pick a page and I read to him. So I'm going to do a little bit of a book. I think they call it bibliomancy, where I'm going to pick an animal for you out of random just for that message. I chose to work with the Victorian Romantic. This is the 3rd edition, the metallic edition, because I remember you were mentioning how you would really like to own a copy of the Victorian Romantic. So this is the 3rd edition that I told you got to get your hands on. I believe you could still purchase it off of Baba Studios website, I think, but don't hold me to it. And I'm also going to be reading with the lovely deck you gave me. I already taped the box because I was just so worried that the box was going to rip up and stuff. So I did add tape to it. That's why it's a little glossy looking. Just to make sure that everything is intact. So I'm going to read with this baby today, which I'm so excited to do because what a magical deck it is. Okay, so that extra card is in here somewhere. Sorry, I should have probably prepared prior to starting the video, but I guess, oh, here it is. You'll get to see a kind of like behind the scenes of me preparing for tarot readings. I'm also going to be working with the Earth Magic Oracle. This is one of my favorite oracle decks. I love the messages that come through with it. It's super intuitive. I'm also going to pull a card from the Magical Herb Oracle, get some plant medicine in there for you. I'm also going to pull from the chakra reading cards. This is one of my favorite decks. Always reading with this deck. I love it for energy checkups, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing for you. And then I picked this one up when I was up in Sacramento, and it's the archetypes, the wild unknown archetypes. I have not used this in any video readings yet. I have looked at it for myself, but I have not I have not read with it with anyone. So you will be my first contender. And I'm most likely going to have to use the guidebook because I'm not really sure how. That's the only thing about this, is that this sleeve is so hard to come off. I may have to not keep it included with the box. Whew, okay. Yeah, it gets a little snug. I might have to stretch it out a little bit. So yeah, I'll be using the guidebook with this one only because I don't really know how Kim laid it out, but it's a gorgeous deck, and it's round, you guys, and it comes in its own little box. So come on, super cute. I don't think I've ever owned a round deck. Oh yes, I have the medicine. There's like another one I have, but wow, it's just different. It's different to shuffle. Okay. So I have those babies ready to go. Let's put you over here. All right, let's start with the bibliomancy so I can get this book out of the way. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is just thumb through. I just ask that Spirit reveals to you the animal message that you need to hear. Mongoose. Oh, okay, so mongoose. This little creature right here. When it is necessary to defend yourself, do so with absolute courage, honesty, and openness, and the outcome will be beneficial to you and to all parties concerned. Pursue your goals actively and with passion, and you'll get the results you want. This is a good time to clear up and clear out any annoying or distracting problems or situations that interfere with your well-being. Clean up the clutter that subtly or overtly bugs you and which interferes with your productivity or your ability to relax. So lots of messages there for you. Clearing up space, decluttering, okay? Kind of like you're doing a pre-spring cleaning, right? But I think this is more of a spiritual cleanup that needs to happen with you. Not so much a physical. We'll wait for the physical cleanup in spring, right? But maybe start thinking about doing a spiritual cleanup, especially, which is actually, that's actually a pretty good point to make. A spiritual cleanup before the new year, which is actually a thing everybody should do, in my opinion. So a good time to clear up and clear out any annoying or distracting problems, situations that interfere with your well-being. So anybody or anything, because this could also be clearing out certain people, toxicities, but anything that is just interfering with your ability to concentrate and to move forward in life. I also like that it says, when it's necessary to defend yourself, do so with absolute courage, honesty, and openness, and the outcome will be beneficial to you. So I like it because the little mongoose is so, like, it doesn't even look, the mongoose doesn't even look like, a predator, right? And so it's easy to walk all over people or animals or beings that just don't come off as rough, crazy, mean, whatever you want to call it. And so, I think it's just kind of like maybe a lesson that Spirit is saying for you is to learn to use your voice, learn to use your ability to speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, doing that has always been a challenge for me too. Speaking up for myself when I need to, standing up for myself when I feel is necessary. And then also it's like when you have a kind face, when you have a kind, soft face, a smile, you're really kind and sweet and all of that, it's so easy for people to take advantage. So I feel like the mongoose message for that too is really, it's something that, you know, is good. It's a beneficial message for you. And then also the message of clearing up. I feel like we need to do a spiritual cleanse prior to the end of the year. So that's definitely something for you to think about and to consider doing as we get through. You know, we're in November, so there's still time. But as we're getting into December, I would say December should be the month for a spiritual cleanse. And anyone who's watching this as well, if you want a spiritual cleanup, I mean, I highly recommend doing so. And even if you don't want to do it yourself, you can go and get yourself cleansed at a metaphysical store. You can get yourself an energy healing, a Reiki session, all of that. I would totally recommend it. I actually might even book a session for myself before the end of the year, just to wipe out all of 2019's vibe. Okay, so let's pull on your energy right now. What do you need to hear? Ooh, so we have personal power and we have dreams. I love it. This is also the solar plexus chakra and the third eye chakra. So your intuition and your joy, your happiness center, but also your health. Okay, personal power coming up for you. That kind of aligns with the mongoose message of using your voice, standing up for yourself, sticking up for yourself. Okay, that personal power, you have it within you. Don't doubt your ability. The dreams card could perhaps relay that perhaps you're receiving a lot of intuitive hits via your dreams. If you keep a dream journal, that might be something very beneficial for you. Your dreams can also be revealing things to come very soon. So maybe you have those prophetic, I think it's called prophetic dreams, where you dream something that hasn't happened yet. And it's something that could take place into the near future. Sorry if this is, I want you to be able to see my cards. Something that's going to take place in the near future. So pay close attention to the dream state. Also, you can also trigger the dreams too by meditation prior to sleeping, which is one of my favorite things to do. Get cozy, listen to an ASMR video to relax, meditate, even if it's just a 5-10 minute meditation to kind of calm yourself, setting an intention for your dreams, asking your spirit guides or whoever to visit you in your dreams, ask them a question and dwell on it as you fall asleep. Chances are you're going to receive your answer through the dream state. You also got the Damiana, the desire. There's a desire, there is something there that you're in your energy right now that you are craving. Let's ask the tarot. Let's ask the tarot to give us some more insight on that. Some of the desires I feel can come forward with, personal power, okay? Utilizing your voice for another one. Whoops. I also feel like there's a desire for creation, to create, a desire to connect on an intuitive level with the dream state card coming out. 6 of Wands, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. So I kind of see that as like a desire for change, to move into forward. That's what I want to say, but that doesn't make sense. Move forward, switching things up, productivity wise, financial wise, your career or your job, the things that you do, your hobbies. It's been on your mind for quite some time. It's been on your mind. It's been something you're going to be contemplating about, but it's also a change that needs to take time being made. So if there is a desire for, switching things up with your creations, if this is like a project, a side project or whatnot, or if this is a literal career change, you're being guided to make the choice very slowly. That 4 of Swords coming up with the 7 of Pentacles kind of is like, don't do anything super impulsive, because it's not going to benefit you in that way. It will be a successful, swift change, but it should be something that is kind of, you're taking your time with that. with that process. You don't want to rush into it is basically what I'm trying to say. You're getting cards flipping over. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Tower. Have you been feeling like an itch? Like you've been feeling like something's gonna happen, something's gonna go down? Have you been feeling like that? I guess the best way to describe it is like everything is good at the present, like there's nothing to complain about, but you feel like because everything has been so good, that something's gonna happen. Because that's the vibe I'm feeling right now for you. I'm also sensing with that Tower card coming up with the Nine of Cups, it's almost like saying like you've been emotionally satisfied. There's been a lot of things for you to be happy about and nothing to really complain about. But the Tower card is like sensing that pending change, that pending shift that's about to happen or that's going to be happening. The Judgment card coming up is that higher calling. That's like that spiritual call. So maybe you've been sensing spirit more, or you've been feeling your guides are pulling you towards a different direction. That could be with that Seven of Pentacles, why you're like contemplating some major changes and doing things differently. But you're also being warned not to go too quickly into it. Like I feel like just don't be super impulsive with any major changes. And then also understand whenever the Tower card comes up in a reading, it indicates big change, but it's change out of your control. So this is stuff that is literally set in stone that the universe is going to make happen. And sometimes the universe will make stuff happen, make change happen because there has been lack of movement on your part. But it's like definite movement that needs to take place in order for the next things to start happening in your life. So it's kind of like a divine timing sort of thing. But I feel like you've already been sensing it. That Dream card is just making me feel like maybe you've already been like you've been dreaming of the future and you just don't realize it yet. But yeah, that's a vibe I'm getting, is that like sometimes you feel like when good things happen to you, it's too good to be true because you're always waiting, or it's almost like you're anticipating the bad stuff to take place. So I can understand that feeling because I get that way too. But it's also a very, I don't want to say it's a low vibe feeling, but I want to say that it's just, you have to also allow yourself to dwell and enjoy the present moment, even if you're, if you're in full bliss. There's nothing wrong with that, Don't always be ready and waiting for the bad stuff to happen. Okay. I want to pull for each of the chakras. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the 7 chakras. So we're gonna pull on all 7. Let's see what's going on with you. And I'm actually going to pull all the cards face down first. So this is going to be the root. The root, the sacral, the solar, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. For the crown, I'm hearing to pick the bottom one, so I'm going to do that. So just 7 chakras. And also, I recommend getting a notepad and a pen and paper to take some notes on your reading, because sometimes the reading can be lengthy, and it's just easier to take notes. Let's get some tarot in there. I'm going to pull this from this last. Okay, so for the root chakra, which is it's associated with the color red, and it rests at the base of your spine, but I also see it at the feet. It's what grounds you to this earth. It's what grounds you to reality. It's how you feel, how you're stable. It's probably one of the most important chakras out of all 7, in my opinion, because you must be grounded in order to do a lot of other things in life. So we have family, you have endurance, the ocean, the ebb and flow, and the emperor. Wow. You have a really powerful root chakra right now. The emperor with the family, everything needs to be on lockdown with the family when it comes to you, whether this is just your personal family, you, your significant other, or this is the entire family, the community you work with, the people you work with, different groups of people. But it's you have a real close knit family. So I'm not just saying like family, but this is like your connections with different types of people, the different people connections you have in your life. It's really important for you to be close and tight with people. You feel just better that way when everybody around you is all getting along and everybody is close and together and included. We have endurance and we have ocean ebb and flow. So you're a very go with the flow type of a person, okay? You're willing to do that so long as other people are willing to do their part. But the moment you kind of start seeing people not pulling their own weight, that's when you kind of pull back, okay? But for the most part, that ocean card is kind of showing that you are a very much go with the flow kind of person when it comes to your root chakra. You also have the endurance popping up, which is telling me that right now your root chakra energy is that you're pumped, you're ready to make movements, which is good because you're going to start seeing shifts. You're going to start seeing those changes take place, especially with that Tower card coming up for you. You're on the brink of something happening. So it's good that the endurance card is popping up for you. It's kind of showing that you're ready for it, okay? And then the Emperor card coming up with the root chakra is being the head of the household type of a person. Being the person that was not afraid to take charge, the person who's not afraid to be the leader. You're not afraid to throw out ideas into the mix. You're not afraid to do that kind of thing. It's a real solid, stable archetype, and I feel like that's a really powerful card to receive for the root chakra. So very good energy with the root. Now your sacral, which is associated with the color orange, it rests below the belly button area. This is your passion, your hormones, your sexual energy, your creative spark, and so on. So we have the 5 of Swords coming up. We have Island or Solitude. You also have Freedom, and you also have Balance. So I feel like this Balance card coming up for the sacral is it's asking you for more balance within that chakra, okay? There needs to be more balance within it. I'm seeing a little bit of a need for a break, a need for some peace and quiet time. I'm feeling like there might have been perhaps a block within your ability to come up with creative ideas, to feel inspired, that kind of thing. The 5 of Swords is paying too much attention to what other people are saying and what other people are doing and not enough attention on yourself. So there might be the tendency of, caring too much about what other people are saying and thinking about you versus not caring and just being unapologetically you. The 5 of Swords can also be like an energy of feeling left out of the mix. Maybe you feel like you aren't included in certain things, or you just don't get it. You don't mesh with certain people or certain topics that people are into at the moment. So that's kind of coming up too with your sacral chakra. I'm really interested in this Island card, the Island Solitude. I feel like right now when it comes to your creative senses and the way that you come up with things and whatnot, it's asking for some quiet time to me. It's saying like you need to spend some one-on-one time. That's how you're going to re-inspire the self. Also with the sexual energy too, maybe you're not feeling as quite connected on a sexual level, and you need a bit of a rebalance in that chakra, spending some more time with it, that kind of thing, taking a little bit of a time out, which is okay. And then we have the Freedom card. So I feel like when it comes down to your creative energy, your sexual energy, your passions, everything, all of that mixed into one, you crave the ability to be free. You can't be caged in. You can't have people have expectations of you, and how you're going to create and how you're going to be, because that's limiting you. So you don't do well with that at that. And right now in this present time, I feel you need a little bit of space from some of those people, because especially with that Five of Swords popping up and that Solitude card, it's just really asking you to take some time away, rebalance, refocus, and then you'll start to see your creative spark come back, especially if you've been feeling a lack of it recently. Your solar plexus, which is associated with the color yellow, it is also, it is above the belly button. So it is in your belly region. I always see this as your joy center, your health, your well-being, and your gut instincts. And you have the soul healing card coming up. You also have the desire. So there's your desire card from your earlier portion of the reading. You have Gaia, nurturing. I love it. And you also have the Queen of Swords. Powerful. So your solar plexus is very, very powerful. You have strong gut instincts. This is where your ability, like the mongoose energy was saying, to speak up, speak your mind. It comes from the gut, okay? Your Queen of Swords, your inner Queen of Swords will come out through that. Speaking from your gut center, allowing yourself to, trust what your gut instincts are telling you and to act on it. Following your inner desires, what makes you truly happy is what that card is saying. And then with Gaia, with the nurturing energy and the soul healing, it just shows that your initial purpose, your life purpose, you could say, is to nurture self, nurture others, to be like pretty much to be a fertilizer to other people, right? You're just helping them grow and evolve. And very inspiring. I also feel like the soul healing, there's some child stuff that needs to heal as well. I just get that sense with this card. So there could be some things from the past that might be popping up. Maybe there's some dreams that you've been having that are like stemmed from childhood. So some childhood healing, I feel, is going to be in order. This could be also mother energy. So it could be your bond between you and your mother that needs some healing, or like maybe there was just some mishaps or some misconnects with the mother or some prominent woman in your life growing up, okay? The heart chakra. So heart chakra is associated with the color green. It is in your heart or your chest area. It is associated, it's all about the way you love and how you receive love, how you give and receive love, and what you love and love. So you have I am present. Beautiful. You also have detox. Love it. You have forest, breath. And you have the world. So you've come a long way. I could tell by these cards. It's pretty much saying you're in that essence right now with your heart chakra of taking a deep breath, that new breath of fresh air, feeling the detox, the cleansing yourself from something major that happened or recently ended in the past with that world card. So this could have been, finally finding yourself able to seek closure and to move on from, like, let's say, for example, a major breakup that took place in your life, even if it was years and years ago, but there was always that little piece that you can never free yourself from. These cards are kind of showing you've done it, like you're healed, you're over it. That I am present card is saying within your heart, always living in the present. Don't live in the past. Don't worry about the regrets that you had, the things that you wish you could have changed, and don't be so consumed about the future, things that you want to do now or do in 5-10 years from now. You got to learn to live in the present moment. But I feel like this is saying like you've come full circle. Your heart chakra is really, really strong right now. But also make sure that you're allowing yourself a detox every so often, like once a month or so. Cleanse yourself. Same with like that Mongu message of I feel like you need a spiritual cleanse. Especially with the heart chakra, because if you are so in tune with other people's emotions and you're feeling them, your heart center is completely, it's always working, it's taking in those energies. And if you're not cleansing it, you're going to start feeling claustrophobic, you're going to start feeling like clogged, you're going to start feeling like you have, like you're giving people a cold shoulder when you naturally aren't that type of person. So just make sure that your heart chakra is cleansed. I like to use rose quartz for the heart chakra. I just feel like it works really well. Or anything green. But I feel like you just need to give it a little bit of extra love. You've gone through a lot. These cards just scream like old, like a what's the word I'm trying, like an old soul type of energy. You've gone through a lot of experiences, but there's been a big, huge, like coming full circle from something. So you're finally free from it. Throat chakra. So throat chakra is associated with the color blue. It's in your throat. It's how you express yourself, your truth. You're speaking your truth, speaking up for yourself. And you got inner child. I love it. So again, with that child energy that I was feeling, we have purification, the whale, breach. To me, this is like a sign of freedom. And the devil. So I do feel like that with the children, the child energy, that there's something from the childhood that needs a little bit of love, giving love to yourself. However, many years ago, you know, that you can, far back as you can remember, that first devil, toxic thing, that memory. There's something from the childhood that needs forgiveness, healing, purification, a good cleanse, okay? And just inner child. It's just, there's a part of you that needs that healing. And so I feel like that stuff will start coming out. Maybe 2020 will be the year that you start to dive into the childhood memories and really tackling those things. So don't rush into it now, but there's something there where you feel you have the need to speak your truth or to confess or to apologize. There's something verbal that needs to take place in dealing with the past. Next we have the third eye chakra. This is associated with the color indigo. It is in your third eye between the eyebrows. And it is associated with your intuition, your psychic abilities, your sixth sense, all of that. And you have self-mastery. Wow, I love it. That's a strong one. Meditation, love it. You also have rain, purification. Here's another purification message, another big cleanse, and the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is, to me, I'm seeing this as a card of surrender for you. Surrendering to your intuition. Allowing yourself to be spoken to be connected with your spirits, your spirit guides. It's within all of you. When you're well balanced, you're able to. So I'm feeling like this self-mastery card is kind of saying like you have the ability to connect on a spiritual, psychic level, but I feel like it's like when all of your chakras are completely aligned, that's when you're going to feel the strongest with your sixth sense or your third eye chakra. The meditation is also going to be very powerful and helpful for you to do so with that too. Like I said, purification is cleansing, constant cleanses or detoxes. And then the Ten of Swords is like, that's the stresses. So I feel like the Ten of Swords acts as a block. So when you feel like you're not able to connect with your psychic abilities and whatnot, there could be something stressful that you're hanging on to or going on in your personal life. But I also see the Ten of Swords as a need to surrender to the fears. So there could be things that you're afraid of seeing when you're in meditation or experiences you're not so sure if you're ready to have. But the moment you surrender to those things and you allow yourself to be open to it, I feel like you're going to start seeing like a shift take place with the way you connect intuitively. And your dreams too, like your dream state will be probably super enhanced. Like if you're not already lucid dreaming, you probably will start. So you have a powerful third eye, but I feel like there needs to be a little bit more trust involved. There needs to be some healing definitely taking place with that throat chakra too. And lastly, the crown. So the crown is associated with the color, I like to see it as white, but people see it as pink as well. It's located at the top of your head, and it is your connection to spirit. It is the communication like that, literally like the telephone line to you and God, to you and your spirit guides, your past loved ones, the other realms. And you have universal light. I love it. You also have repair. You have a shaman, ancient healing wisdom. And you also have the Six of Cups. So there's somebody, an ancestor that wants to connect with you. I feel with that ancient healing wisdom ancestry that you have a lot of lineage behind you that is ready to connect with you on that level, especially when you get deep into your meditations. There's some repairing, some healing. I feel like this has to do a lot with the past in your present past, okay? But I feel like you've had a past life of some crazy stuff with the repairing card coming up for your crown. And that Six of Cups for me is always my sign of spirit connection. So there's people, past loved ones on the other side that do want to connect with you. That card coming up with the crown is like they're waiting for you to make that phone call. So when you're ready to do so, they're going to be there to talk to you, okay? And then the universal light, I feel, is to imagine the light being around you as like a cloak of protection. But also universal light to me is like that barrier between you and the other realms to connect with spirit. So I love it. You have a powerful crown. Your chakras, for the most part, are really, really strong. I would say the two that really need a little bit more work is definitely the throat chakra and also the sacral. But other than that, everything else seemed really, really powerful. So beautiful messages. Beautiful messages. And then I wanted to pull for your new year because that was one of the main questions that you didn't really ask a question, but you kind of were like curious about the year. So I want to pull for that for you before we conclude your reading. Okay. I get confused when I have so many decks on my table. Yeah, let's make sure everybody is in order and ready to go. Okay, so let's pull on the energy of your 2020, okay? What is to come? Anything read in the future tense is subject to change based on your present actions. So just keep that in mind. Nothing is set in stone. But we want to just see, what does 2020 have in store for you? Ooh, meditation. Love it. You keep getting that. Meditation. Play. Oh. Forgiveness and flexibility. I love it. So some of the themes coming up for 2020, meditation is going to be strong for you, okay? If that practice is not something you currently do, you're going to want to start getting yourself into some sort of a meditation routine. Start small. You don't have to do this long, drawn out meditation, but I would say, you know, do 5-10 minutes even before you sleep to help you focus before you go into the dream state. But meditation is going to be a big role for you. The play card is kind of saying, I feel like play is like coming up for making sure that you allow yourself some time to have fun, some time to relax and enjoy life. Not always worried about work and bills and, you know, the typical adult stuff, right? Also make sure you plan a vacation of some sort in 2020, or maybe that card is indicating that there is going to be a big vacation you'll be taking. So definitely that should be in store for you as well. Woo! The flexibility card coming up. I feel like flexibility can be, my intuition's telling me this is a shift and a change in schedule. So I don't know if you are looking for something different with the workplace. Perhaps that could be an indication that there will be a shift in your schedule. Your schedule will be changing, but also being more flexible in the way that you work, the way that you treat your day-to-day, how you are productive and whatnot, that kind of thing. And then we have forgiveness, and I feel like forgiveness is it's going along with the childhood stuff that I was feeling popping up for you. It's also green, which is the heart chakra. So I feel like there's some forgiveness that needs to take place between you and someone prominent in your life. And then perhaps any experiences that you had that you went through as a child, the element of forgiveness is there. So 2020 seems to be a big year for some of this childhood stuff to come up. We have iceberg, we have submerged, and we have reflection popping up. So reflection, I feel, is like you seeing yourself in a different eye or a different light, or you're just really going to be taking a closer look at you and making some changes. And then the submerged card, I feel like that is kind of like when your fears are coming out. It's almost like you want to hide them, but you want to hide things. Like you don't, maybe you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to deal with the past stuff or that stuff. Like I haven't thought about that in forever. But the submerged one is kind of like, it's what was once hidden is going to be coming up, and you're going to try to do the opposite of bringing it back down. But I'm telling you, like, that forgiveness will free up so much for you. So even if it's been years and years and years, it's never too late. Protection. I love it. So 2020 seems to be a year also of the protection, you protecting yourself from others, but also knowing that you are divinely protected as well, especially if you're going through some of this childhood stuff that could be a little bit a little bit difficult, or a little bit like what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think right now. The intimidating. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Let's see how these archetype cards work. So I'm going to pull one from each part, because this is a thick deck. So we have the shaman. Wow, that's the second shaman card that came up for you. So, like I said, this could be ancestry stuff. This could be legit healing. This could be, I mean, like you going through a healing process, you seeking healing work from another person. But also the shaman can also be like an ancestor too. But that's like your the second one. And you have a lot of healing and forgiveness messages coming up. And the womb. Wow. Okay, so let's see what, how does this work? Shaman number 16. Okay, I love this. Three archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and we all must be present in order to reveal its magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, the mentor. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed toward the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world. I love that. Okay, so I feel like it's almost like the cards are kind of showing like the first thing that needs to take place is identifying that there is something that needs to be healed. And then it's kind of like you are going through that process of healing. And then once you do so, your third eye, your dreams will be expanding. Your meditation practice will be stronger. Your ability to connect will be deeper. You'll probably have some new guides coming through to you. So I kind of see that taking place because a lot of your cards were revealing a lot of that. And then we have the womb, which is number, I don't even know how to read that. XLV, what is that? I don't know my Roman numerals that great. Let's see. The womb. Everything has an origin story. The womb archetype asks us to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning, the mother beyond the mother, in a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles. This card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. It is a card of receiving, not achieving, of accepting love from the mother of us all. She is the life-giving force that forgives and cherishes even the most wounded and desperate soul. No matter how lost you are, the womb waits your return to help you heal and grow. This card is a call to keep things simple, to return to the reborn in the name of love. The womb is everywhere. It is beyond gender, beyond time. We are within it as it is within us. So I feel like when it is in light, this is nourishment, harmony, warmth, and love. When dark, stricken, ecological crisis, infertility, imbalance. I love this. I feel like the womb, like as soon as I saw it, I'm not gonna lie, I just thought about the whole child life stuff. So I don't know, you gotta tell me if that was correct, but I feel like there's something in the past that needs some healing. There's something in the past that is asking for your attention. And it's like going back in time, dabbling with it, forgiveness taking place, healing from it to allow yourself to move forward. And I feel like it's almost preparing you for another awakening, another spiritual awakening. And I feel like once you set yourself free from that, you're going to see yourself one up on a psychic level, so to speak. Okay. So really powerful messages there. So this concludes your energy reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read cards for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the wonderful decks that you sent me and just allowing me to be a part of your life. If you have questions regarding your reading, please do not hesitate to email me. Send me a message on Instagram or email, whatever. I would love to hear from you. And until then, I wish you all the best. Happy meditation. Happy meditating. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, my love.